Hello, we're back. I took the weekend off and one extra day, but I was busy. Busy on my next game, which the Steam page for that is up right now. Link in the description. It's called Spiderland. It's about a guy who sucks. I guess all my games are about guys who suck, but this one especially. Because he is bad in the very literal definition of that word. But I'm not going to talk about my next game because we're playing Rodeo Clan. And what did we do last time? We talked to them about that sign over there. We talked to Sugar, who was in the gas station. We painted something. Let's go back and look at that painting, because it's important that we see it again in the happy place. There it is. As our brain described it, a horse or a surf. But that's art. And then we were going to talk to Lucia, who is way over there, so let's go do that now. Or yeah, I guess we got to do it now. She's basically the only thing left to do, apart from there's a few other things we could do, but I'm not going to do every single tiny little thing. I'm just going to move along, because we would be here for like, this would be a 10-hour long playthrough if I were doing everything. Hello, Lucia. Mowing the lawn. First off, as always, title of the conversation, Nights That Won't Happen, and I think it was 2 episodes ago I was talking about David Berman and how much of like a profound impact he had on my writing and just the game in general. This is a David Berman song from his project Purple Mountains, which was his final album, and it's probably within the context of like his life, and just, I'm not going to go into detail, but it's a very, very bleak album if you understand the context. And this title, I guess it doesn't really need explaining. Nights That Won't Happen. The song is about nights that won't happen. So yeah, let's get into it. You catch sight of an elderly woman pushing a lawnmower around what must be her backyard. Being the social butterfly that you are, you walk over to say hello. The woman stops pushing the mower and turns it off when she notices you standing idly beside her. Hello, are you looking for me? Oh. Have we been searching for her our whole life? Yeah, let's pretend we're chill like that. You're just what I've been missing. Oh, why did you say that? Oh, well, hold on a second. She's laughing. She thought it was funny. Good job. So your go-to line for women over 70? Ah, for women in their 40s, actually. Oh my god. Yeah, don't be silly. Yeah, please. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lucia, and you are Des. Des. This is a prime example of what I mean by Des sees himself as like this socially inept failure who just, you know, or his brain sees him as that way. But then you get to like this point where he's like, he just walks up to this random woman. Well, he's basically done it with every character, not just her, but, you know, he just walks up to them and starts a conversation like it's the easiest thing ever. Which, you know, part of that is just gameplay, like playing as a dude who can't talk to people in a game about talking probably isn't that fun, but it's also just a funny contrast of guy who is actually really, really fun to talk to, but thinks he isn't. You caught me in the middle of something, but that's alright. I didn't really want to do it anyway. Yeah. You sure you can mow this alone? It's pretty hot today. Maybe you'd be better off getting someone else to do it. Perhaps, but I like to keep myself busy and out of the house. If I fall over and have a heart attack mowing the lawn, that's okay. We respect her independence. You're a real go-getter. Good for you, Lucia. I am. Thank you for not offering to help. I wish more people would let me do things myself. I'm old, not crippled. Yeah, we're never getting that Scouts badge. Enough about my lawn. Let's sit down. My legs are tired. She points to an old dining table sitting on the concrete slab beside her house. Sit. You walk over and grab a seat at the table. Lucia sits opposite you. Now that I have you trapped, I can ask as many questions as I like. First of all, why in the world did you decide to stop here of all places? This isn't the sort of town that attracts tourists. Yeah, I didn't mean to. I had no intention of stopping here. My car shattered itself, and Aurora was its final resting place. I'm waiting for a tow truck to come and get me now. Oh, that's unfortunate timing. If Brian was still around, he'd have been able to help you. Ernest mentioned that Brian was the town's mechanic who died 2 months ago. Could he be Lucia's husband? Yes. Was Brian your husband? Well, not legally speaking, but yes, it's easier to think of it like that. Yeah. I mean, who cares if they're married? Marriage ain't all it's made out to be. You can take my word on that, said the person hopelessly in love with his ex-wife. Yes. As long as you have someone in your life, that's what matters. Marriage is just a piece of paper. Of course, it's all in the past for me now. She trails off. What were we talking about? Your car broke down. Where were you headed? Let's play it. Keep it under wraps. I was on my way to a town called Seymour to have dinner with a friend. Former friend. Former acquaintance. Former ex-wife. Shit, she knows too much. That's nice. Hope it goes well for you. God, please let it go well. What's that look for? Is it not going to go well? I'm a nervous wreck, or there are no more chances. Yes, we're a nervous wreck. This dinner tonight is my last chance to put it right. I'm probably going to fail. I've made a habit of fucking shit up badly. That's why I'm in this business to begin with. Lucia's sympathetic eyes stare you carefully. Something about her presence puts you at ease, if only a little. You can tell me to shut up if you feel like I'm overstepping, but I really want to know more about this ex-wife of yours. What happened for things to turn so sour in the first place? You need to talk about this. Tell her what happened. Yes, we happened, or no, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, we happened. I'm bad at life. I was the problem. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I started to grow bitter and cynical. Couldn't deal with even the smallest of inconveniences. Things just got worse and worse for me, and I don't blame her for leaving. So it would be safe to assume you've bettered yourself and you're ready to make it work this time? Oh fuck, she's making you think about your actions. Prepare for pain. Have we changed? This is a interesting choice here because you don't really have the information to... Your answer to this choice is basically just based off what you've done in the game up until this point. And so you're basically analyzing Des as a character, and you're trying to figure out, is he a better person than what he's just described himself to be? And it's kind of hard to make because you don't know him. You've only spent less than a day in his shoes, so there's a lot of information you're missing here. So someone might argue that that's well, this is a pointless choice because I don't actually understand. But I feel like if you've been paying attention, you can kind of make your own conclusions. But in the end, obviously, it's a pointless choice because what does it matter if you've changed or not? It's just how you see yourself, and how you see yourself is not going to change the world. Jeez, that's a bleak thing to say. Love yourself, people. Be nice to yourself. I think we're trying. I'm doing my best to change. Can't say for sure I've done enough. Damn it, I tried. That might be all I need to do. Prove that I'm willing to change. Right. She carefully considers her next move. You sit in your uncomfortable plastic chair, wondering if you should be revealing all this deeply personal information to this lovely stranger. Can I throw my opinion in the ring? I've known you for all of 5 minutes, so feel free to say no. I think it may do you some good to hear it though. Yes, please. tell me what to do. I'll take any advice. Have you thought about how she feels? Because right now I'm hearing a lot about you, nothing about her. What's she like? She's the person I wish I was. She has confidence, she's successful, she's unique. She knew what she wanted from life, so she went and got it. Honestly, I'm not sure where I fit into the picture. Whenever I stand back and view it from a distance, I feel small and insignificant, like an ant crawling on her shoe. The fact she married me at all blows my mind. She really went for it, yep. You're certainly honest, that's good. She pauses for a brief moment. Your brain takes said moment to make you aware of how pathetic and miserable you just sounded. Yeah, that was rough. I have an idea that may help you. We're going to do some role-playing. What was your wife's name? Susie. Her name is Susie. Suzanne when things get serious. Okay, I'll be Susie and you be Des. This is what's going to happen. We're going to act out this dinner of yours tonight. Might seem silly, but I promise this will do you some good. This is such an absurd scenario. I don't know where I came up with the idea from this, but... Do we want to act out our dinner with this lady we just met? Yes, of course we do. Let's do it. You're playing yourself. You aren't acting. All you have to do is pretend I'm not a frail old woman. You can do that? You nod and picture Susie where Lucia sits. The absurdity of this situation has not crossed your mind. You're about to role-play your brains out. You think and then suddenly you are present. Oh. Susie sits opposite you in a crowded restaurant. The walls are plastered with posters and pictures of no particular category. A classic image of New York construction workers eating lunch on a beam suspended above the city, barn in an empty field, a Monet painting. A picture of the Beastie Boys? You struggle to make a connection between any of them. A blood-red sunset pierces through the windows. It's as vibrant as any you've ever witnessed, real or imaginary. A group of people are gathered around the table behind you, singing happy birthday to some poor soul. The lights have been turned down almost all the way for some reason. Perhaps that's just part of the illusion. No matter, it's time to pretend. Start the conversation. Yeah, this is our imaginary version of Susie. It's like the only time in the game you see her. Wait. No, it isn't. No, spoilers. Her hair looks different. Have you had a haircut since we last spoke? Looks vibrant. Oh, thank God. It's bringing you to think we were going to bring it up. Had it done last week. Side does give in and dyed all the way red. Makes me look more confident. Fire. Weird. Yeah, fire. Red and fire. I'm going to commandeer the vernacular of the youth and describe it as fire. Straight fire. Oh, skip too much. Thanks. It's the best compliment I've gotten in ages. Works doubly well within the context. Good start. I'll tell you something weird that happened today. On the way here, I saw a meteorite. Did it kill anyone? Sounds exciting. Who died? Nobody died, I think. Didn't look like a big one. Get back to me when there's a real meteorite. Hey, how often do you see one of these? I'll tell you something. Genuinely have you worried. I didn't know if my windows were about to get blown out or something. Have you seen any videos of that one that flew over Russia? Exploded and everyone got glass in their eyes. Yep. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse. Glad I got to see it. Probably would have been better if it was dark though. It'd be like the reverse of a solar eclipse. It's dark and then suddenly daytime. Yeah. I'd like to see a meteorite at least once in this life. Be careful what you wish for. What if the meteorite you end up seeing is the one that kills us all? There's those apocalyptic themes creeping back in. That'd be funny. Well, guess all I'd be able to do is laugh. Of course you would. Cosmic misfortune is right up your alley. Yes it is. You know me well. I have a good memory. That's not good. Anyway, that was my meteorite story. Very interesting, I know. Funny how quickly we ended up talking about the end of the world. Is it you or is it me? Me, her. I think it's me. Oh, you brought it up, but I think I'm also a little apocalyptic. It's fun to talk about, you know? It's extremely fun to talk about. I wish more people weren't so weird about it. This is something we can all relate to. It's the ultimate conversation topic. I guess, yeah. Couldn't agree more. Anyway, a waiter walks by your table and takes the empty jug of water from the center and replaces it with a full one. Water. Pure water. She grabs the jug and fills your glass up. Hydrate, mister. I'm good. Maybe later. Oh, you're too cool for water? Hey, shithead. Your lips are dry as fuck. You hadn't noticed, but she's right. You grab the glass of water and sip. That's what I thought. Silence returns to the table. You sit there staring at one another for a little while. It's oddly relaxing. You used to do this exact same thing all the time when you were still together. Staring, so much staring. It's like we're trying to read one another's thoughts. Upon the conclusion of the staring session, Susie nods, as if to signify she approves of your existence. It stills you with a curious sort of pride. What have you been up to recently? Same old job? This is the part you tell her you're unemployed, bite the bullet and make it funny. Go on, I promise not to laugh. Yes. I quit my shitty job and moved on to the wonderful world of unemployment. I must say, it's not what people make it out to be. There's only so many days I can spend sitting on my ass before I start avoiding mirrors out of shame. That wasn't funny, that's just sad. Damn. You need to get passionate about something, like, I don't know. How about you go to the movies? Or how about movies? Go make a short film. I know you'd make something really weird and entertaining. Put all that cinema knowledge to good use. Yeah, making a film costs money. You have any idea how much it costs to make a movie? You need cameras, microphones, lights. Oh, actors. Can't forget the actors. Connections, rich parents, the list goes on. Yeah, making a film, it's not easy. There's a reason most of the like famous directors nowadays have been to like some rich ass film school in like New York or some shit. And it's because if you want to make a film, it costs a fuck ton of money. That's not to say you can't do it. As Suzanne says, you're thinking way too hard about this. Where's that guerrilla filmmaker spirit? You make do with what you've got. It's been done many times before. You're just self-conscious and scared to ask people for help. I'm trying to think of a movie that's like made on the cheap. Because everyone knows like Napoleon Dynamite was made on like $200,000. But even that's still a lot of money. Like, does this drum up $200,000 to make a film? Are you serious? Who does that? And the answer is either you have to have that yourself or you've got to have friends. So make friends, people. Hopefully they have money. She knows you too well. She'll tear any excuse you make into tiny little pieces. And even if you're shit at it, so what? There's plenty of shit filmmakers out there. One more won't hurt. Something about the way she speaks is so effortlessly persuasive. You are a filmmaker. Susie says so, and this it must be true. I like this one. There's plenty of shit filmmakers out there. Yes, there is. Who cares if you're one of the shit ones? There's always going to be someone worse than you. I'm not naming names, but plenty of hacks and frauds who keep getting to make movies, so throw your name in the ring. But I digress. We can talk about this in more detail once you've written your script. It's your homework. Tell me, does it suck having nothing to complain about now that you're unemployed? Yeah, I've got loads to complain about, love. Don't be ridiculous. I just found new things to be mad at. My list grows longer with each passing day. Yeah, it's been pissing you off. Dishwashers, bad movies, the Gregorian calendar, everything and everyone. Maybe I replace dishwashers with printers, but printers is too on the nose, and like everyone knows printers suck, so that's boring. Bad movies. The Gregorian calendar. Let's just go for everyone and everything. This might go bleak, but that's why we're here. How's this? I live in a world I hate. I watch the news and wish I hadn't. I look at the internet and wish I hadn't. Wherever I look, it feels like nothing is going how I want it to. Nobody knows the meaning of empathy. The water is rising. There's nothing you or I can do about it. Oh, did I mention it's socially acceptable to be a fascist now? Susie takes a moment to reply. They've gone a little too hard on the complaining. That's a reasonable thing to be mad about. Have you tried not thinking about it? Yeah, is that a joke? Yeah, put your head in sand and pretend everything is hunky-dory. That's the solution. Don't worry, I'm being sarcastic. My head is firmly above the sand. I am hyper-aware of the world I live in, and I too am living in constant anguish. I just do a better job of hiding it. God, she's so much better than you. Wear your heart on your sleeve. Let the world know how you really feel. Scream till you're blue in the face, make them listen. The world needs more of those people. So much better than you. In saying that, I feel like it isn't possible to change people's minds past a certain point. How do you convince a fascist the ideology they've based their whole existence on is fundamentally wrong? I have no idea. Education is basically the only way to stop this before it becomes a lost cause. You know what I mean? Yes, dear. My 5th grade teacher made us watch Night and Fog in class one day. Talk about a formative moment. Show the kids the horrors of the world before they're too numb and remorseless to give a damn. That's how I change the world. Yes. Yes. I don't know if I really need to explain or like divulge, but do not forget about education, people, because literally I guess it goes without saying, that's where you teach kids shit. That's where you teach them to be not assholes. That's where you teach them not to be bloody remorseless bastards. I'm not going to talk about fucking education policy, but give more money to schools and pay teachers more. Jesus Christ. Didn't hear a word she said. You've lost yourself in her cosmic aura. You sit there with your chin in your palm watching her mouth move up and down in slow motion. Is it normal to be attracted to teeth? Des, yoo-hoo. You're not listening. Get your shit together. She deserves your attention. Sorry. I'm sorry, it's been a long day. Please keep talking. It's alright, I'm done for now. Your turn. You correct your posture and widen your eyes. Time to talk. Yeah, tell me about a job. I want to know some more about your job. What exactly do you do? Obviously it's ecology related, but what does your day look like? I'm terrible at explaining it, but I'll try anyway. She looks to the ceiling in contemplation, then back to you. Ah, who am I kidding? All my job really boils down to, is looking at insects. I observe them and I write things in my little notebook, and my boss is happy because those notes keep him in business, and I'm happy because I get to go outside and look at bugs. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm happy she's happy. You found a job that you enjoy. I'm happy for you. Seriously. I'm also a little jealous, but happy. I'm extremely lucky. Hey, maybe one day my brain will just decide I'm not happy anymore and everything will stop being fun. I've seen it happen. Sounds like something you'd say. That sounds like something you'd say. It's happening to me. You laugh in unison. Pleased to see you haven't lost your sense of humour. Really, it's all you have going for you. You freeze up. Is that a joke? Joking, Des, joking. You've got plenty going for you. For starters, a full head of hair. What else? Oh, you smell nice. Really nice. You lower your head down to smell your collar. It smells like nothing because this isn't real. Sorry, I'm not very funny. Most of my jokes sound like insults. It requires some finesse. Yes, it does. You can pull those sorts of jokes off. It's a very fine line though. Entirely dependent on the context. You'll get the hang of it eventually. I appreciate your expertise, funny guy. You're the funny guy. Damn, it feels good. Hey, tell me something you've thought of lately. Or interesting you've thought of lately. What kind of question is that? That's not something you'd usually ask. I read it on the internet. You throw a super vague question to someone, and it almost always leads to you learning something about them. You feel exposed. This is scary. What did we think about? We thought about Howard Hughes, her, a bike. Yeah, we did. I think there's like 8 different. So obviously we don't get that one if we didn't watch Ernest's tape, and we don't get this one if we didn't talk to Jessie about her bike. But I think there's 4 other ones you can get based on what you do around the town that I haven't unlocked because I picked the wrong path or I just didn't do it. Which one of them? One of them is... God, I'm terrible at remembering my stuff. We thought about Howard Hughes. Well, I watched a newsreel about Howard Hughes and how he crashed his plane into someone's house. They got me thinking, man, what an interesting person. What are the chances? I'm in the middle of reading a book about him. Actually quite sad how he turned out. I mean, he was a billionaire, he probably did a lot of horrible things, so maybe he had it coming. Being in constant pain for the bulk of your life must be terrible. It's no wonder he went recluse. Good old modern medicine. He'd probably be a lot more chill if he were alive today. Painkillers are on another level now. If he were around today, he'd have a Twitter account and we'd all hate him. Too true. Another benefit of the modern age. It's so easy to know who to hate. I know, right? It's amazing how many people turn out to be shitheads. Feels like every day you're hearing about some random celebrity who's being outed as a rapist or a racist or any of those ist words. Yeah, money doesn't make you good. Being famous just means you were born in the right place or you got really lucky. Whether or not you're a good person is so far down the list of prerequisites it may as well be irrelevant. Look at us, shitting on the upper class. Real meeting of the minds. I feel like I'm back at college. Did the Marxists get you? They got me on my first day. Handed me a flyer and it was game over from then on. Constant anguish. The plight of the working class on my mind forever and always. I wonder where all those people I met at the Marxist meetup are now. Well, I haven't heard about any armed revolutions that weren't instigated by conservative cookers, so I'd say they all abandoned their ideals. Probably settled down in boring, dead-end jobs. I bet on their morning commute they think about what they'll have for dinner. They might even go a whole day without discussing their wage with co-workers. That or they became artists who make art for other Marxists. The classic closed loop. I think this is probably the most cynical paragraph in the entire game. I feel like I've talked about this already, but people who are like so tied to their ideals and like their beliefs as like a 20-something, you know, in college or whatever, or university. But then as you get older, you just like forget about it. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, people? And obviously I'm just a 20-something dude, but like, obviously if you just based on my writing, you can tell I have very strong opinions on shit. And I feel like if I stopped, like, if I mellowed out and I stopped talking about what I give a shit about, like, what's the point? What was the point of all that shit I did when I was my 20-something self? And I don't understand how people, they get older and then they just forget about, like, I don't know, they become landlords or some shit, or they like basically pull the ladder up behind them, so to speak, or they just settle for something that they never had any intention of settling for. And it's easy for me to say because I'm not at that stage of life yet, but I'm going to set this as a reminder. If me in 20 years is watching this right now and you're in some dead-end job and you've abandoned your ideals, so to speak, take a long, hard look in the mirror, bruh. Because you're a fraud. Anyway, moving on. Don't tell me the truth. I don't need to hear it. I feel like you and I probably fit to that category as well. All talk, no armed revolution. I can't say I'm particularly cut up about it. I try to be a good person within the society I was given. That's all anyone can do. There's more we can do, but nobody's ever going to do it. The tipping point is way off in the distance. Things must get worse before they can get better. Yeah, I'm not going to commentate on that because, you know, that's some shit that like I need to write an essay about and like do 10 drafts of before I can present my thoughts in a manner that is worth reading. Anyway, she's interrupted by the eruption of thunderous applause. You turn around and see a crowd of people gathered in front of a makeshift stage at the other end of the restaurant, atop which stands a band. There's 5 of them, 2 electric guitars, a bass, a pedal steel, and the drummer. Oh, they're good. Get ready. You spin your chair to face the stage. Susie does the same. Cheering slowly subsides as the front woman calms the crowd. Betty Breakfast says, "This one is called Kiss Me or I'll tie you to the roof of my Camry and drive it off a cliff. Sing it if you know the words." Obviously, Betty Breakfast is a play on Lydia Lunch. The drummer counts down with 3 taps of his sticks and the band bursts into action. I'm not going to sing this, but just imagine like, I don't know, what's an equivalent for this band? I guess like Amyl and the Sniffers maybe. Bit of Fugazi, bit of Sonic Youth. Just like those aggressive noise rock hardcore bands. Maybe in punk, obviously. Lots and lots of hardcore punk. We expected the song to be much faster tempo, but right now it's in slow dance territory. The pedal steel guitar winds away in the background. You gotta give me a kiss, nothing but a plain old kiss. Boy, that's all I'm asking. One kiss on the lips, don't make me ask. Don't make me ask. One by one the backing band falls silent. Don't make me ask twice. Then all at once the sappy country song becomes a punk rager as the band returns in full force and volume. The front woman screams into the microphone, so loud that you jump in your seat. "'Cause if you do, I'll tie you to the roof of my Camry and drive it off a cliff. Yeah, I ain't gonna ask twice. I got needs, little man, and you gotta provide. I'll break your legs, I'll cut off your toes. I'll rip your arms from your shoulders. Here comes the rope. Don't make me ask twice." Susie glances your way to gauge your reaction. You give her a thumbs up and turn back to watch the lead singer continue screaming. "Yeah, when we drive off that cliff, you're gonna wish you gave me that kiss. Down at the bottom of the ocean, living with the fish, 2 hearts, together forever. Consider that before you make me ask twice. I got a camera with your name on it, so don't make me ask twice. Give me a kiss, baby." The song closes out with a deafening guitar solo. The room erupts in resounding applause as the song finally ends. How good was that? Bet you weren't expecting something so loud in a place like this. Yeah, that was amazing. Murder-suicide never sounded so good. God damn. Told you they were the real deal. That's why I suggested we go here tonight. I knew they'd be playing, and I thought you'd enjoy it. Every word she says makes you fall even more in love with her. The band's name is Coaster, in case you were wondering. Most of their songs sound like that. Country hardcore, although I have no idea if that's the actual name of the genre. Many music genres. Just the most up in the air. Music genres are useful for the most part, but then you get into like the weeds of like, I don't know, like metal. If you talk to like a metalhead, and if you say the wrong genre or you describe their favorite band using the wrong genre, they're gonna kill you. Because there's like a bajillion metal genres. Like, come on people, just ease up a bit. You nod along as she proceeds to explain the entire history of the band. Listening to her talk is all you've ever wanted in life, and here you are. The room quiets down as everyone returns to their seats. Susie finishes her spiel, then watches you carefully with her subtle smile. She wants you to say something. Oh shit. I feel like I'm going insane right now because this water bottle does not look how I remember it looking. I feel like it's been replaced with something else accidentally. Am I going insane? Obviously you can't tell, but... Pause. Be right back. I went and looked in the Unity project and this is literally... I don't know how this made it to the game, but these used to just be like a... You can't really see because it's so dark, but I can tell exactly what this is. And in my next project, it's called Spiderland, there's like jugs of water, like the jugs of water you'd see on like a water cooler. And I must have accidentally, like when I exported it from Blender, I must have actually exported it into the Rodeo Clown project. And so it's replaced the water jug with the one from Spiderland and it looks completely wrong. But I'm amazed like the scale and everything is perfectly fine. This is probably like completely boring to people who are just watching this and like, what the fuck is he talking about? I found a bug or a massive blunder, but nobody's going to notice it because it looks fine and it's in the dark. I'm sorry, I'm just amazed at how this was not more of a problem than it is. I'm just going to leave it. That's going to be an Easter egg from now on. Alright, let's go back to the game. This is it. There won't be a better time to say what you want to say. Do what you came here to do and do it properly. Oh my god. Susie, I've got to say some things. Things that are going to sound terribly sappy, but things that I want you to hear. That's why I'm sitting opposite you right now. That's why I called you out of the blue last week. It was a long time coming for me. Here we go. Susie's eyes widened, but only for a second. She knew this moment had to happen eventually. Alright, Des. Say what you came all this way to say. I'll listen. Don't fuck this up. I won't. You might. Des, you're supposed to be telling me something right now. Shoot time. Pour out your heart. I think you might already be aware of this, but I need to say it out loud. I'm still in love with you. I need you in my life. Every moment of every day I think about you. Every day I think about how badly I fucked everything up for both of us. Susie has no reaction. She's waiting for you to continue. Everything was my fault. Mightn't have seen it back then, but I see it now. You did all you could to make it work, and all I did was grow distant and reclusive. I could conjure up some vague excuse for why I acted that way, but the truth of the matter is, I was stupid. A giant dunce. I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me. I was just, well, to use your own words, a miserable fuckhead. You really hit the nail on the head with that one. It's not enough. Regardless of the why, I'm sorry I put you through that. I'm sorry I wasted so much of your time. I'm sorry I didn't try to make it work. You deserve so much more than what I gave you. I was just so caught up in my own trivial problems to see that. I'm sorry. Is this your way of saying you want another chance? Yep. That's why I'm here. I want you to know that I'm a different person. I've had an excruciatingly long time to think about what happened and why it happened, and I've changed for the better. I'm not asking for things to go back to exactly how they were. I just want time to prove to you that what I've just told you is true. I am sorry, and I have changed. Wait for Susie's reply. The reply never comes. The voice of Lucia enters your mind. Leave it there. Far off in the distance, a great light expands. Such a random transition. Well, it's not random because it's apocalyptic. And also alluding to my next game, perhaps. The first bomb has been dropped. Goodbye, Susie. Yep. Quite the cliffhanger, hey? Go back! I didn't hear what Susie said. She was about to welcome me back into her life. Everything was going to be alright. Oh, don't be silly. None of that was real. I didn't go any further because I don't want to assume anything. I can't make Susie's decision for her. Never even met her. She's never met her, but she did a very good job at emulating her. In other words, there's a good chance none of what just transpired will actually happen tonight. Can't say this is how I expected my day to pan out. Thanks for showing up and making things interesting. Yeah, this is making me feel weird. Or vulnerable. I don't know and I don't like it. Can we talk about something else? I actually need to finish this launch before the rain comes. So as much as I'd like to continue chatting, I think I'll go do that. She's done all she can. You're on your own now. It was a pleasure talking to you, really. I hope it all goes well tonight. I know it will go well, because I can see how much it means to you. I'm ready to take on the world. I feel confident and ready. Been a while since that attack happened. Thanks for kicking me into gear. I have to pass the time somehow. She gets out of her chair and slowly walks back over to where the lawnmower was left idle. We watch her pull the ripcord, then hear the engine whir into action. First try? What a beast. Goodbye. Bye, Lucia. She doesn't hear you over the sound of the mower. You should probably leave and just leave instead of sitting there watching her. Pull yourself out of the lawn chair and turn to face the world. Here comes the future. Well, that was an experience, eh? What the weirdest thing I've ever written. How far are we into this episode? 44 minutes. Let's do one more thing. This is probably like a weird out of order thing to do, but like most people wouldn't do it in the order I am, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. Let's knock on her door. This is Lucia's front door. You know there's nobody inside. Conversation title, The Mercy Seat by Nick Cave. I fail to recall why I chose that song, considering it's about somebody getting the electric chair, but maybe it's because you sit down. Whatever. But what if there is? She's the only one who lives here, and she's in her backyard mowing the lawn. Nobody is entering this door. Let's do it anyway. Press a little button beside the door. Jury chime placed somewhere inside the house. Great, you pressed it. Now what? Are you going to wait there? Wait here, hoping some phantom will come and open the door? Yep. Have fun then. You stand and wait beside the door. The cheese mower whirs away in the distance. You definitely didn't hear the doorbell. Nobody did, except you. This is fucking stupid. Why are you being so weird? Do you actually expect something interesting to come of this? I felt a compulsion. You grab the plastic chair on the end of the patio, drag it up beside the door. You're in this for the long run. This is a prime example of me just writing shit. And I don't mean like the quality is shit, I just mean there's literally nothing happening right now besides me just saying, I'm going to sit down next to this door and I'm going to think about stuff. And that's interesting, at least to me, that's interesting writing, but like the actual, some people might qualify it as just like filler because it's not advancing anything, it's not doing anything with the story at all. You could not do this conversation and nothing would change. But I don't know, I just feel like these sorts of interactions are essential to the game because like you don't have to do this. Like I gave you multiple chances to back out of this stuff. But, you know, it's important because this is like a slice of life. It's a slow down, chill the hell out sort of game where I'm not expecting you to go through it in one sitting. And so these smaller interactions where you're doing nothing, like what's another one? Like that one where you're just staring at the flagpole, or like the War Memorial one. You know, they're important. They add character and they mightn't be for everyone, but the people who do them like them. In my opinion. You lower yourself into the flimsy chair and shimmy around for a second in the hopes of finding a comfortable position. No such position exists. You're just going to have to put up with the pain. Looking out across the town, you're at peace. Is this what it feels like to be retired? You just sit on your porch all day, watching shit from a distance? The key ingredient is having a house with a front porch to sit on. Hopefully the housing market unfucks itself, just in time for you to retire. Alternatively, you could just win the lottery like Gordon did. Either works. Don't make me think about the housing market, I'm trying to relax. Obviously, I'm in Australia and the housing market is fucked here, but I assume it's fucked in most, like, places. Because, you know, people treat houses as an investment, which is the most insane thing ever. And landlords treat people's livelihoods like they're things you can make money off, which is also one of the most fucked things ever. And the government and just real estate agents and everyone involved, they're all just looking to make money. Regulation? Cringe. Apologies, sorry. You scan the scene laid out before you. There's a sad looking church, a sad looking shed, a sad looking gas station, a sad looking bus shelter, a sad looking... Good lord, this is a sad town. Yep. All towns get sad eventually. Not this sad. Aurora wants to die. Half the blocks are just an empty concrete slab. The commercial row looks like something out of a zombie apocalypse. Right, not this sad. Reminds you of all those nameless towns you drove through on those road trips your parents dragged you along for. In your mind, they were all the exact same place, just with a different coat of paint. Most people would say kids don't know the meaning of emptiness until they've reached adulthood, but that's not true. You knew it. Those towns, all broken and decayed, evoked something in even the most naive child. You saw the boarded up windows, the empty parking spaces, the abandoned lots, and you knew. Is that a universal feeling of just like, I don't know, it's a very hard to describe feeling for me, but like, as a child you'd see these towns like this and be like, holy shit. And while you didn't quite understand, like, yeah, you got the feeling that something was wrong. And not in like a sinister way, just in a, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, everyone has different emotions and feelings and shit, and I'm not going to try and analyze it. That's some good reminiscing. Turn to the real world now. Turn your attention back to Aurora. You don't think you've seen a car drive down the main street the entire time you've been here. It's like everyone just collectively knows to avoid this place at all costs. You must have missed that memo. It's like Radiator Springs. In the distance, the side door to the gas station opens. Watch as Sugar steps out and dumps a plastic bag into one of the garbage cans. Alright, it's time to go. No, I'm waiting. You've been here for over 5 minutes. Nobody is coming to answer that door. Quit sitting on Lucia's patio like you own the place. Someone's going to see you and call the cops. Fine, you lift yourself out of the plastic chair and walk down the steps toward the street. No cops are being called today. Okay. And that's where we conclude. Oh, let's not conclude because something has changed, so to speak. Sugar, there he is. He's there with the family. I'm not going to do this because big things happen after this, but this is where we'll go next because Sugar's there waiting with his... That's Sally, Sugar and Co, Joss and Jesse. We'll do that next episode because I have other shit I want to do today that isn't playing Radio Clan. So alright, thanks for watching. See you on the flip side.